Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Janelle Santana Sims, a dedicated social worker and the visionary founder of two impactful ventures, Selfcare JS Inc. and a nonprofit organization focusing on substance abuse, harm reduction, and mental health. And JsSelfcare LLC, a transformative self-care coaching program. With a passion for guiding others on the path to holistic well-being, Janelle imparts her hard-earned wisdom in her book, The Hard Truths About Self-Care, a resource utilized in the Center for Recovery's learning curriculum in Middletown, New York. Beyond her role as an author and Narcan trainer, Janelle uplifts and educates through her JS Self-Care Mind, Body, and Soul podcast, selflessly giving back as a philanthropist by donating essential items to halfway houses, substance abuse programs, domestic violence organizations, and those in need. An advocate for community wellness, she hosts empowering self-care workshops and engaging self-care mixers. Janelle's holistic approach extends to crafting self-soothing body butters and emphasizing the importance of cultivating a personal self-care space at home, complete with self-soothing boxes for grounding and relaxation. A nature enthusiast, Janelle is a proud tree hugger, embodying a deep connection to the natural world in her practice. Join Janelle on a journey of self-discovery and self-care as she shares her invaluable insights and empowers others to prioritize well-being. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Vanessa Williamson, the host of Brown Girls Do Network Live Series, and welcome to our podcast. Hey, hello, everyone. How are you doing today? I hope you are sitting back with a cup of tea and getting ready for this lovely conversation we are about to have with Miss Janelle Santana Sims. But before we do, again, I am Vanessa Williamson, the founder of Brown Girls Do Network and the host of our podcast today, because there will be other hosts coming up. However, I am the host today. And today, this lovely spirit, will be joining us in this lovely conversation. And she is a member of Brown Girls Do Network, and we are so excited to have her. So get ready, have your cup of tea, and let's welcome Miss Janelle Santana. Hey, how are you doing today?
I am doing amazing.
How did I do on your intro?
Oh my God. I'm going to write that down, y'all. She's the bomb.
You gonna write it down? Listen, I love doing the intros and allowing people to just hear, who we're talking about today. Ladies and gentlemen, I always ask people to send me in a bio. So the guests never know. They know, you sent me in a bio, but you don't know how the bio is going to be presented.
Yeah.
And I love looking at you guys behind stage and you're like,
oh, you can see us.
I can see you. Yes, I can. So
I love it.
Okay, you did. Good. Did I miss anything?
No. I mean, you put it on. You said it. You said it.
So the ladies are coming in. When I look over here, I'm looking at Instagram, right? The ladies are coming in. Ladies, if you all have any questions, please definitely start dropping them down. But let's go ahead and get into our conversation. How was your day? Okay. And what have you done today to benefit and make the world a better place?
Wow. So what are we, about 12 hours in a day already? Maybe a little more?
Yes.
Oh my goodness. So this morning, I had to do some education. So while you were in the gym working out, Vanessa,
at 5 o'clock in the morning?
5 this morning, I was actually doing my homework. I am in school. And then that was at 5. Then I went to work. Today is Wednesday, so every day is different from me. So today I'm a social worker, director of social work at a nursing home. I run a nursing home of 76 beds in New Paltz. So I helped at least 30 residents today. I'm the only social worker in the building. So, which in a nursing home, the administrator, the DON, which is director of nursing, and the social worker, us three are in charge of the building and make the building run.
Okay.
So I helped some people. A young lady came in my office and she showed me a pamphlet that she showed me what she does in her country in Jamaica. And I said, "What do you need?" She said, I said, "What do you need?" They didn't know I was a non-for-profit at my job or anything. I said, done. I looked at the list of things she needed, and I felt like because my business is all about adults, and she needed things for adults, but I picked the thing that I don't do, right? So sometimes we got to look at the stuff that we don't do to help the community. So I saw crayons and coloring books.
Right.
I said, done. By the time I left my office, my Cash App went off, my Zelle went off. All I asked on Facebook, I just asked on Facebook. I didn't even go to Instagram yet. I said, I need crayons and I need coloring books. Then I went in our Brown Girls Do Network chat. That's, I don't know, but when you become a Brown Girls, you get in our chat. And I posted neat coloring books and crayons to send in Jamaica. And as you can see, our Brown Girls have stepped up.
They have responded, yes.
So I could tell you that we helped someone in another country today.
I love it. I was driving when you sent that message through, so I'm always driving and playing the messages as I'm driving. And you asked for, you said, I need some help, just some coloring books and crayons. And then I kept seeing, I didn't hear that. I just kept seeing the thing just blinking up. I'm like, what is happening? Like, what's going on? And then I started, yes. And that's when I heard it. And then, and my question was asked, like, well, when do you need it by? And what do you need? Yes. So you will be getting your coloring books and crayons. So do you think you'll have enough? Do we need to put out another call for action for these coloring books and crayons?
I would ask anybody that's watching, we're filling up a barrel. When you send things to another country, we're filling up this barrel with adult coloring books and different things. So I really want to focus on the children to just know that we have Dollar Tree, right? Dollar Tree actually has real crayons, Crayola crayons, right? And to know that a child don't even have a color. That was on the list, coloring book and crayon. And then it made me reflect, like, we're so blessed. We may not be rich, but I'm talking about we're super duper blessed. And she said, I called my coworker up. I said, "Done. I'm gonna send you this Cash App. You got money." She said, "Are you serious?" She bust out crying because she's from that country. She was like, "How did you do that?" I said, "I have a non-for-profit organization." She said, "You never told nobody." I said, "Yes, anything I want, I put out there and I get it."
The access. Tell us the country that we're talking about.
Jamaica.
Okay, so this is all going to children in Jamaica who has very limited access to the things that we're privileged to have, right? That we can just walk right on into our Dollar Tree, pick up with no problem. And these children, they don't even have this access. So guess what? Yeah, we're sending, I know my coloring books and crayons will definitely be in that basket. And I already know Brown Girls Do Network, they will be coming through for you and everyone else, that you come in contact with and you ask them for these things.
Thank you.
So thank you for making the world a better place, right? Because we're not talking about just making Newburgh a better place. The United States a better place. We're talking about the world a better place. And that's what you're doing. You are definitely reaching across the water on that. So, Miss Janelle, All right. Let's get to know the lady behind all these glasses. First and foremost, how many pairs of glasses do you own?
84.
What?
84 pair.
84 pairs of glasses?
So I have addictive personality disorder. As a, I know you said I was a social worker, but addictive personality disorder is a disorder that it comes from genetics, and we perseverate over things, and we just keep buying and buying and buying. Um, because I have addictive personality disorder, I will buy something. Like I have every pair of 9.5s. They are sneakers, every color. Um, I have all the color Jordans. You see them on Jordan 1. So when I get going, I just go. So I went blind for 3 days only. I was wearing contacts. And I went blind at the waterfront, actually at Billy Joe's, for those that live in Hudson Valley.
What?
I
Okay.
called my grown son and I said, I got to go to the hospital. I can't see. I tore both of my corneas.
With the
And
contacts?
with the contacts, I never put contact lens in my eyes again. And that birthed the glasses about
Mhm.
maybe 8 years ago. And then I
Okay.
started buying glasses, then I started buying sunglasses. So when I'm a blind bat, guys, I cannot see. So that is where that came from.
Okay. You just referenced addictive personality disorder, right? What does that do for you, right? Because with the addictive personality disorder, we know what it is. Like it's okay when you get a bullseye on something, you keep doing that something, right? And you can't stop. But that something that you're doing is doing something for you, right?
Right.
So what is it doing for you internally?
So internally, as I wear my glasses, I become this other person, not personality disorder, guys.
Right,
I
because there is a difference.
I
Mhm.
know. Let's be clear. That's not a diagnosis. Meaning that when I wear my outfits and I wear my clothes, I like everything to match, right?
Mm.
When you're matching from head to toe, it's gratifying for me. Also, it's my signature, right?
Mhm.
Um, a lot of people that I follow and stuff, they ask where I get the glasses from. Of course, I tell everybody, and I'll tell everybody on this platform, Zulu. So
Love
I
Zulu.
started seeing everyone buy glasses, and it's like it's a trendsetter, right? I'm that
Mhm.
trendsetter. So when I'm walking in the mall, and some people call me Just. Some people just know me as my Instagram name is JS, but they call me Just. And they walk up to you and they're like, "You're the lady with the glasses. You're the heart lady." So it's just me setting a trend and being that walking billboard, right?
Mhm.
Through my addictive personality disorder.
So when you match your glasses and people who know you, when they saw the intro, they knew what that was all about, all of those different videos, right? But people who did not know you, they probably was like, okay, okay, okay. When you put these glasses on and you're coordinated, right? From the eyes to the shoes, that I'm sure it lights up your feel good
Yeah.
hormone, right? Those endorphins. And you're like, you know what? I'm feeling good on the outside, is making me feel good on the inside. Let's go out, ladies, and save the world.
It's self-maintenance for me. And part of
Hmm.
self-maintenance is that outer look, because now the world sees the outer
Hmm.
look. And
Hmm.
I'm also working on that inner stuff too. I have a therapist. If you don't have a therapist, you need one. And that's in my opinion.
Hmm.
Um, I have a therapist. So it goes hand in hand. It really does.
Right. So, in your bio, when you sent me your bio, this was very interesting to me. You put you're a tree hugger.
Yes.
Please tell us a little bit more about this? Because, you know, I truly want to find out something, and I want our audience to find out something about you that they did not know. And I'm going to tell you, this is the first one. Well, the second one, because all them glasses I didn't know, but this is the second one. Tell me about the tree hug, because I've heard the term. You know, I have my own opinion of it. What does it mean for you?
So this is what it does. I have a front yard. I didn't grow up with a front yard. I grew up in the South Bronx. So front yards was like, what?
Grass? What?
So, and I always walked barefooted outside, even in the South Bronx, but it was nasty back then. Now it's much cleaner. So the grass walking, it actually calms me down. So usually when you go to your front porch, what do you have on? Flip-flops, right? Nobody got sneakers on in their house, right? So you got to run outside, and I'll just walk in the grass. And then I started my journey to self-care. And I read up on tree hugging, because I was like, oh, I'm going to find me a nice, beautiful tree. Shaka, you ain't going to get no wisdom out of that. So you have to look for the ugliest tree in your community. Okay. I got videos of me hugging trees. So in the summertime, I walk down to the park and I hug a tree, and then I ask my ancestors, the universe, and God, what should the video be? And the download happens. So it's a way to calm. I believe in God. I believe that the old trees do have wisdom. They've been there forever. So
they've seen a lot.
Yeah, they've seen a lot and heard a lot. So go and you hug the ugliest tree.
Okay. And you said the download starts. Is this how you get your thoughts together for your morning message?
Yes.
Okay.
So the trees do it. Walking in grass does it. Pastor Macklemore, he doesn't know he's my pastor. I didn't tell him yet, but he's in Newburgh. And Pastor Keon, he's also my pastor. He doesn't know it yet either. They'll say something, and I'm like, you know how you hear anybody preach? I mean, Trent Shelton. We could go hip hop preacher. All of these people, Dr. Phil. So those are my downloads, and then for some reason they know what's on my heart and my mind, and that's how they come about. Tree hugging, the grass, the downloads, and then they just happen.
Okay. And you do a great job at it. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are in here, if you look down at our ticker, it is the link to follow Janelle on JsSelfcare. The reason why I'm saying that right now is because we're talking about your download. And I don't know, do you do it every day? I think you do it almost every day.
Almost every day.
Almost every day. If you
when I was sick.
Yeah, go ahead.
When I was sick.
When you were sick. Okay. Yeah, you couldn't go, you probably didn't go outside, right?
No.
And which is okay, because you have enough content on your platform that it's like, if you flip open the book, that one thing that landed, oh my God, that landed. I needed to hear that today. So if you follow her on Instagram, and is this also, I think, your Facebook as well, you will see her videos.
LinkedIn. I'm on Facebook. These videos are on Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, TikTok, Nextdoor app. The Nextdoor app is a community app that helps you connect with people in your community. So it's everywhere.
Okay. So what is Beatrice saying? She said she had to switch up. Okay. Where I want to go with this, right? I done messed up my whole flow with Beatrice in the tree hugger. What activities or hobbies do you enjoy other than work? Because you are a working woman. What do you enjoy outside of? And Janelle, I don't want to hear about no workshops. I don't want to hear about.
No, this is going to be funny. And I share this. And I just started sharing it. What
Mm-hmm.
brings me joy is I follow the mob. Don't laugh.
Okay.
I go into these families, the Colombo family, the Genovese family, and I'm part of the mob. I know I don't commit a crime. I'm their calm to their storm. So that is something I just started sharing with people because a lot of people like, well, what the heck do you enjoy other than self-care? Like you did the
Mm-hmm.
mommy. I don't want to hear these workshops. So you know how people go to sleep to white noises and
Mm-hmm.
stuff? I go to sleep to mobsters. Um, it takes me away from self-care. So for people that start in their journey, of course, you want to listen to everybody about self-care so that you can learn your journey.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not going to say I'm a master of the journey because then it wouldn't be a journey. I'm going to say that a way to step out of my
Mm-hmm.
zone. My zone is the self-care zone. So for me, that's a way to step out. Also, I love to dance.
Oh, we know.
I will bust out
That one I
a
know.
dance move in a minute. Anywhere you take me to, and it's my song, I look at you and say, that's my song, and I get the moving. Um, and that attracts people because even though it's self-care, it's actually my thing. I am a dancer.
Uh-huh.
Anywhere I go, DJ King James will go hit it, and then he'll play all my songs, and I'll get the dancing. And then what I found out, I met another DJ at my mixer.
Mm-hmm.
I met him Friday night, the night before I invited him, and I'm surprised he came. And he was like, from your dancing, I started playing the music
He
that
was
I
following
thought
you. Mm-hmm.
you would like. And I
Mm-hmm.
was like, wow, well, you're my new DJ.
Okay.
So dancing and mob stories are like
Okay.
I have to get away from self-care. So
You really do.
those are things I do for self. For
Mm-hmm.
self.
For self. Um, I was in a workshop with Beatrice and Stephanie, right, on their workshop. And I talked about the pillars that they dropped. And one of them was take one day a week and don't and just disconnect from work. Right. And this is your thing, your mobsters, right? And you're dancing. This is how you disconnect. Um, we probably circle back about you falling asleep to the mobsters and stuff, but you do need to be the calm to their storm, okay? Because they
Right.
definitely need that.
Yes, they are
Definitely.
storms. So can you imagine I'm talking to them, but they're not listening to me. Of course, some of them are deceased. But it's a way for me to separate. So if I listen to
Mhm.
white noise, I'm still in my self-care business. If
Uh-huh.
I listen to meditation music, sounds, I'm in self-care. That's my job. So I
Mhm.
would have to do something opposite from my
Completely.
job,
I get it.
to
I
do
totally get
self-care.
it. Um, did you watch Mob Wives when that was on?
Absolutely.
Okay,
I
so
wish we could.
you probably was a little upset when they finally took
Yes,
that off and stuff. I was
yes.
sad when Big Ange passed
That
away.
passed away.
I was sad.
Made
I
it
was
to
sad about
Drinking
that.
Monkey. I never made it to her bar, anything. But I'm part of them. They're like my family because, like I said, that's my only getaway for self-care.
Okay,
Because I
but it
promote
worked.
massages. Yeah, I promote massages. I promote bubble baths. That's a job for me now.
So, okay, here's another thing. I had no idea that you did body butters.
I know. Please don't
What?
tell
What?
me.
Why are we just finding
No.
this out? Like,
Okay.
what's happening?
Okay. I sat in my house one day and said, and I go all the way to Brooklyn to get my products and everything. I wanted to make self-care boxes, but I wanted people to create their own self-care box and create a space in their home where they could implement self-care. So I whipped up these body butters and my family went bananas. I was like, shoot. So that is why I don't promote it. And it's a money maker. So people like, you doing this, what you love. So what happens is when you see it, you guys already know. Most of you guys know I go to the city a lot because I still call that my home. So I open my trunk and I can sell 100 bottles as soon as I go to the Bronx, to Harlem, soon as, because my truck has my logo on. As soon as I go there, I'm sold out. And I'm not exaggerating, 100 bottles.
I remember you said that.
I could go with 100 bottles, they're done. I'm not coming back with 0.
I remember you said something about that.
Yeah, they don't just buy one, they buy at least 10. So yes, it's a money maker. Yes, it probably could buy my future house. Yes, but I'm big on doing what you love to do. So there's many talents we have, right? You could say I could lawn the mower, mow the lawn.
Mow the lawn.
Mow the lawn. You could say that, and you could be great at it, but that's not what you love to do. You do it because you have to do it. So Shea Butters is in Virginia. They're everywhere. They at my old job. I got a big order now, so that's going to be Saturday. I'm going to make it. I have 18 cents. 18.
See, you ain't right. You ain't right.
They call it awesome, amazing, powerful, perfect. But like I said, it's not what I love to do. So do I do it? Yes, because my godmother, I also make wax melts. My godmother only wants her house to smell like awesome. So she buys 10 wax melts, the 6 packs at a time. So most of my orders is 10 to 15 jars at a time so that they can hold them and use them. Also, I'm a social worker in school. So social worker on Tuesdays, I intern in at Kaplan Career Academy. Why I can't think of the city. And not Carpenters, but I also sell butters there too. They call body butters. So I have a big order this weekend.
All right. So the cat is out the bag now, and I heard you. I get it when you say I don't enjoy doing it, right? Yeah. However, the demand is there, so you keep doing it for the people who love it. And I remember hearing you say one time before, I'll go down to the city and I'll just pop my trunk and I'll sell out. And I was like, what is she selling? Is she selling out the books? Like, what is she selling out? It's probably the books and the body butter. But the cat is out the bag now, but we're not going to push it. We're not going to push, to get the body butters because we want you to stay in your loving form. Okay. Yeah. So ladies and gentlemen, okay, I am going to play our short commercial. We're going to come back, Janelle. And when we come back, we're going to jump into the other side of you, the nonprofit and education side of you. All right. So we will be back here shortly. Check out this commercial. Have you been thinking about writing a book and don't know where to start? Well, check out Jennifer's Education Consultant. Attend one of her writing workshops or seminars, or even a private consultation. She has different plans of writing, from plan 1, writing your signature essay, up to plan 4, writing transformational nonfiction. If you want to learn more, go to www.jenniferseducationconsulting.com and complete the contact form. Invest in yourself, because that's the best thing to invest in. A member of Brown Girls Do Network. So, ladies and gentlemen, Brown Girls Do Network, we have Brown Girls Do Network University, and we have some workshops that is coming up that I want to tell you about. On April 27th at 12 noon, Stephanie Morrison will be putting on Spring into Writing with Stephanie. If you are interested, you can go to the Brown Girls Do Network website. It is browngirlsdonetwork.com. And if you are a member, it's free to you. One of the benefits, if you're a member. If you're not, it's only $15 to get in that workshop. Our next workshop is May 18th at 12 noon, and that is with Beatrice Stackhouse. She will be showing you all things Canva. So if you may know Canva, but you want to know Canva, listen, she got some things to show you because she's been doing her thing. And if you go to her site on the Party Palace, you will see all of this Canva goodiness stuff she's been doing. June 8th, Brown Girls Do Network will be having our tea party, and the location will be disclosed to those who pay for it. However, if you are not a member of Brown Girls Do Network, we would love to have you. Miss Jennifer Howell will be putting on Think Like a Boss, and that is a workshop you definitely do not want to miss. So let's get back into speaking with Miss Janelle Santana, and let's get into this. This is where I want to start with you, Janelle. How you feeling, first of all?
I'm great.
How you feeling? Okay. You are in school, right? You're getting your master's in social work. Mm-hmm. Okay. You're doing a lot to just have a bachelor's in social work. Are you now? I have a master's in social work and I have my independent license. However, I'm licensed out of the state of Ohio. So in Ohio, it's called a licensed independent social worker. In the state of New York, I think it's a licensed clinical social worker when you get your master's tier. Right. But so in the state of New York, can you get a license with your bachelor's?
Not in the state of New York.
Okay. Oh, all right.
Technically, I would sometimes want to kick myself in the leg. So technically, the goal is to get my license in all areas. Right? The tri-state, right? So in New Jersey, I finished school. I'm just interning. School is over for me.
Okay, right. Because you have to get your 3,000 hours of internship.
So I'm doing my hours. I can sit for the exam in New Jersey and Connecticut.
Okay. But you only want to sit for one. You don't want to keep sitting for exams.
So I want to be licensed in all states.
Okay. We'll talk about that offline because you can get licensed in all of them with one sitting for one exam.
Okay. So please let me know. So that is the ultimate goal. The reason why I'm able to be a director of social work is called, the grandfather system, right? So anywhere I go, I have 20 years of social work experience. And this is not to knock any social worker, and I never would. But what I bring to the table is equivalent to a social worker because I make the same salary as a licensed clinical social worker. What do you mean? LCSW.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Licensed clinical social worker. Okay.
Yeah. So the reason for that is anywhere I go, when I'm on a job interview, it's like, what could you do? And once I break it down and I give them my salary requirement, so and anybody, listen, if somebody came to me and they only had a bachelor's and I will put you on probation too. So I'll get hired and they'll be like, I'll give you 30 days.
30 days?
Okay. Listen, it's okay.
Okay.
You know why it's okay? I've been doing this for 20 years. I do this with my eyes closed. I'm the only social worker at my school. I am the school social worker on a Tuesday. Ask me, do any of and I see them kids once a week. Not one of them have a crisis while I'm gone. I am able to do the work and I come with life experiences.
And which is huge in our field, right? And even for the patients, the population, right? Me as a patient, you walk into a clinic and you have a 21-year-old social worker, right? And you're like, okay, and she has her credentials and
Yeah.
everything. But then you have the 40 plus or the 50 plus
Mhm.
year old social worker with probably not her
Mm.
credentials because of
Right.
time and experiences. You're going to most likely go to the seasoned woman because
Mhm.
you're like, okay, she understands what I'm talking about.
Mhm.
She's going to get me on a certain level. She's not going to treat me like the book,
Mhm.
right? And life experience is huge, huge. So,
Mhm.
what came first? The the thought of the thought of getting your social work, like your master's in social work, or doing the nonprofit organization?
So I gotta be honest.
Hmm.
I felt I didn't need that piece of paper because I was doing
The master's in social work.
it. I mean,
Okay.
and you know why? Because people were drawn to me,
Hmm.
right? So
Hmm.
as a person, you like, listen, they drawn to me. Well, I'm gonna spend $60,000 on a piece of stock paper that they buy at Staples.
No, but what did you find out?
But hard
Hmm.
self-care truth. You
Hmm.
could get away with that for some things. Now you want to go to New York State. They don't give a heck about your years
Let me
experience.
exactly.
They could
Okay.
care less. They want to see that 5.99 paper that
Hmm.
the school brought at Staples that rip up in half, get wet, and get wet. Listen, the master's degree, the license, because you can have a master's degree, the license is going to help me, and I'm gonna let it out the back. So the license is going to have me, I'm gonna work for myself. I'm gonna
Hmm.
have a office in the Bronx. I'm gonna have an
Hmm.
office in the
Are
Bronx.
we talking private practice?
Yes, private
Okay,
practice.
absolutely,
So
absolutely.
Harlem. Um,
Hmm.
growing up there, I of course you know everybody because you're not in your car. You're forced to socialize.
Hmm.
You got to get on the train and bus. Um, I know a lot of people in this field. So that's the direction. That's what it's going to be. And I'm actually going to do it under the not for profit. So
Okay,
it's
so
not
you're
going to
gonna.
be a money maker.
Hmm.
It's not going to, it's going to be a sliding scale. You're going to
Oh,
prove to
okay.
me that you only make $15 an hour, and I'm going to give you that $150 an hour session for your $15.
Okay, so they will still get the product, even if they cannot
They will
afford
get
the product.
100% of the coaching.
Hmm.
Um, but my building,
Hmm.
oh my God, the buildings you're gonna walk in, Himalayan salt rooms, coffee bars. You're gonna either, see what you mess with, either a coach
Hmm.
or a counselor.
Okay. Listen, I'm all for the private practice. Okay. I'm
Mhm,
all for that. In reference to, like you said, you thought you didn't need the master's degree. Back many moons ago, I think probably 2 decades ago,
mhm,
when I decided to go back to school, my first program was nonprofit organization.
mhm.
And because I wanted to start a nonprofit organization. And at first, though, I was like, no, I could just do a nonprofit. I don't need no education. And then I realized no one is giving money to a fool. Okay. You
It
need you some education. You need to know the lay of the land. Just you
mhm,
saying you have a nonprofit without anything to back it up is not going to work, right? Even though the education is one part of it, the nonprofit is one part of it, you're a part of it, right? You are the nonprofit, you
mhm.
are the brand. However, the way everything is set up, you do need some credentials and all of those letters behind your name. You really
Yep.
do.
You need the alphabet soup, but I'm glad
Yes.
you said that. Also, think of it like this: 20 years ago, you actually needed to show the paper. Now, 20 years now,
Mm-hmm.
they want to see you doing the work.
Mm.
So
Okay.
it's harder now. So my advice to everybody is your brand needs to be your brand, because the door that opened up for me in Montgomery for us to hold a mixer,
Mm-hmm.
that door wouldn't open up for just JsSelfcare LLC. I went in there. Of course, I brought a chicken sandwich. I gave him a little reel too. Brought my chicken sandwich, did a reel, made my chicken sandwich money back. But
Uh-huh.
listen, he walked up to me. His name is Phil. He
Mm-hmm.
said, I watch your videos every day, and I make my team watch your videos. I could have rolled
Mm.
out and fell out on the chair. I said, what?
That's huge.
He said, anything you want, anything. And I get that a lot. Everybody always say anything. So I'm doing the schoolwork. I'm doing self-care for myself by watching my shows, helping self-care in the community. And there goes your resume.
Mm.
And they're gonna look you up. They're
Oh,
going
yes.
to look, they're gonna be all up in your business. Sometimes you're gonna think they're in the bathroom with you. That's how serious it gets.
So you know what? Let's roll into, I'm going to skip over some questions and we're going to go into this nonprofit, right? So what are, right? Because you're talking about the building blocks of a nonprofit and what must you have in place, right? Talk to us about your journey, right? Of starting first, what made you make the decision to go nonprofit versus for-profit? Because most private practices, right, if that's your end journey, that's a for-profit business. Okay, we're thinking insurance companies and private pay and everything, but that's not what you said. You said, mine is going to be a nonprofit, and it's going to be the price per hour is going to be on the sliding fee scale, right? That's end goal right there. Great, awesome. But what are the building blocks of a nonprofit? What did you do? What must people have in place? Because a lot of people, we're even entertaining, right? Turning Brown Girls Do Network into a nonprofit. So what advice and what was the difficulties that you experienced? Because nothing is as perfect as it looks and nothing is as easy as it seems. So
I wish I had that story for you. I really don't.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who spoke to who and what happened up in Albany. A lot of people when they give you the nonprofit status, they give so many people a foundation. They don't actually give you an organization. So your paperwork will say, we read over your paperwork. We feel you are a foundation. We feel you're an organization.
Okay, well, that's good to know. That's good to know.
So,
all right.
I gotta say, and I know people that filed for their non-for-profit. It took a year. It took 8 months. I filed and I manifest what it was going to be, how it's going to be. And I spoke to God, and I'm very clear with God. See, my conversations with God, he be like, I'm telling you, he be up there like
it's me again.
like, Janelle, not today. So I tell God, if it's not for me, don't give it to me. And I know he like, most people be like, God, give it to me, God, give it to me, God. I'm so like, God, let me tell you something. If this is not for me, please don't give it to me. Because one thing, I'm too old. I don't like to put stuff in and don't see a result. So God knows that conversation. Like, I don't want to put the work in and I'm not going to see the result, or I am going to put the work that you told to do, and that is the result, because God is not going to give you nothing unless he see you work for it. So it's like
faith without works is dead.
It sounded like I said two things, but I didn't. I said, God, give me what is needed to be. I have filed, and I didn't have to send bylaws in. I
So
filed.
normally you have to send in bylaws.
Sometimes they'll ask people for their
Okay.
bylaws. They want to see that you're legit.
Mm-hmm.
I just hit the button, and 3 weeks later, I got a congratulations letter. 21 days.
So
And
what
I
did you
got
have
approved for
to?
mental health and substance abuse. Those are the hardest non-for-profit organizations you could apply for. And I said
Really?
no. I said no. This is what I am. That's why you see Cancer Foundation, Sickle Cell Foundation, Lupus Foundation. You see the foundations. And I told God no. But if you notice, my my website, it
Mm-hmm.
was always before nonprofit. When I was an
Mm-hmm.
LLC, I'm not a .com. Never was a .com.
It's a .org.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
So I did what he told me to do. He did
Mm-hmm.
not play with me, and all I was an LLC, and nonprofit was not in the head. I don't want to be a .com. Everybody a .com. No, I'm doing this mental work. I need to be an organization. And at that time, I was just a coach. So I applied. 3 weeks later, I got the approval letter. I was at the school. I don't know. I ran downstairs to my sister Jamae and I was like, read this. Read it. She like, wait a minute, Janelle. Read this. She like, heck no. It took me so long. Heck no. I'm like, read this. Check this out. And she was like, you're an organization. I said, what? And from then on, I listened to the Father. And then what I did? I did everything he told me to do. You talked about these workshops. I took your father. My father died of a drug overdose. You promised you're going to do the work. I got you a free, I'm a New York State substance abuse recovery coach through a grant. I ain't pay for that. I ain't pay $1 for that.
So let me ask you this. Do you think maybe, and which we're not questioning, but possibly you was approved to be a nonprofit organization because of what you brought to the table? Right now, mental health and substance abuse is major. It's always been a hot topic, but it's a major hot topic. And there's not anyone out here doing it on your level. There's no one, I don't know anyone out here who's doing it the way you're doing it, because you're like in the streets. You're in people's faces, right? You're letting people know. You're screaming to the top of the Himalayas. Listen, everybody, this is what I'm doing. And with no fear, no boundaries, no borders or anything. So the way you do it, I've never seen it done like that. And I love it. So I'm wondering, maybe New York State up in Albany, they was like, okay, whoever that girl was, she saw all of this stuff. Let me go to her social media. Oh my goodness, she don't spoke to my spirit today. I don't care what y'all talking about back there and that. No, I'm pushing the button.
I swear to God, everybody said that. It's everybody's like, it's no way. Mental health, Janelle. You don't even have your master's. You're not even licensed.
And you don't need it to be a nonprofit organization, but you know what? You have the footwork. You're showing people that, listen, I'm really doing the work, right? I'm doing the work. I'm not just talking about it. I'm doing the work. So what are the do's and don'ts of a nonprofit, right? Because, go ahead.
It's a big one. You can't get into politics. They'll snatch your thing up. Now, you guys are probably saying, but I don't know if some of you saw me in your newspaper, in your mailbox, but me and Brian Maher are like best friends. Best work friends, I should say, right? Not personal friends. Because you can have a best work friend. He's a politician. So I make sure I put that on all the videos. Like, this is not vote for Brian Maher. It's not a vote for him. It's he was the supervisor of my town. I went in there guns blazing, like Vanessa said. So I don't have boundaries. I don't sit and write out stuff of what I'm gonna say And I'm not that person. Vanessa, you guys know me. Girls know me. Okay, I'm going over there. What are you doing at Strata Grill? I'm going to get a chicken sandwich. Like, I'm that impulsive. I'm going down here. They gonna hear me. I don't do emails. We start emailing each other after the fact. So
you can't get into politics is one of them.
No politics.
Okay.
That's the big one. You can have friends that's politicians. I mean, you're human. I mean, if your father is Barack Obama, you should still be able to.
You can't do anything about that. Yeah.
That's my dad. I don't care. He can run all he wants. Politics is a big one. Watch what you do, because it's just like our licenses. They're snatching off for profit. They'll send people to see what you're doing. They will do stuff. A lot of us will see people like in the community, like, oh God, they got this big old grant. Sometimes they'll take it away from you.
Really? Okay.
Because you're going to have an overseer when you get the large grants. That overseer, we got a report, right, to the government. You file a 990 form, easy 990 for anything under $50,000. You have to have a CPA. I walk around with this crazy pouch with all these receipts because, and then I post a lot, right? So even if I lose a receipt, I brought crayons. You're going to see all the crayons and stuff that were donated. You're going to see what I brought with the non-for-profit money. You're being watched. Be careful, be careful, be careful. And it's a risk that, even when you get the nonprofit, and I'm going to tell you that risk you're taking, you're a licensed social worker. You're a licensed social worker. So always think when they going for your neck, they're not just going to take brown.
They're going to come for your license also. They'll come for your license.
Be careful. That's all I would say. And go with what's for you. Have that talk with the higher power, and he'll guide you.
I love that. Okay.
And your CPA.
Listen, I got the best CPA. Okay. I'm going to have her come in and do a workshop for us. Yeah. This CPA, man, she running through brown girls. She came from D. I gave it a Kiva. Listen, and she is everything. So when you talked about you get the grant money, right? And they have an overseer. Of course, I can see that because they want to make sure you're not mismanaging the funds, right? So you said that you wanted the money for this.
Yeah, you could get like Catholic Charities to oversee your money. You could get Avid House, any of those big organizations. Boys and Girls Club does help oversee. For the grants that's in Orange, the college, what's that? OCC OC. There's a person for those not-for-profits within the college. She's in Middletown. I forgot the name.
So all these is you can find someone. But here's the thing: our audience, most of the women we speak with, they are business owners, right? So most of the time we have a CPA, we have someone that has to manage the money. Right. Janelle, congratulations, on your nonprofit. How long have you been a nonprofit at this time?
Not even a year, y'all. I just did non-for-profit last summer.
Congratulations. That's why you was hopping around the festival like that. Okay. Excited. Okay. All right. We got it now. So there's another piece of you that we definitely have to get into. Okay. The hard truths about self-care. Okay. Issa said congratulations on your nonprofit as well. She's on Instagram. So the hard truths about self-care. Janelle is also an author, ladies. And I have my signed copy when she was doing her Barnes and Noble, book signing. So I actually went through your book. Okay. One thing that I absolutely just loved was your message to your sons, to your boys. Oh my goodness. I was like, oh, she fed them. She fed them. You can do it. You can do it. And they did it. Okay. So if you all want to know the message to her sons, you have to get the book. However, with this book, it's a couple things. I do, if you don't mind, okay, because you are the self-care queen. You're our self-care queen, right? You're all, so we're all about that. Hold on, let me check these comments real quick. Okay, we got a couple comments coming in. Oh, Beatrice, you need a CPA? I will send you Barbara's number and you are going to love her. Okay. And Juanita said, congratulations.
Thank you,
So I want to read the table of contents. If you all have not purchased this book, you can purchase it on Amazon. The table of contents is, she has 11. Hard truth number 1, people pleasing is self-harm. I can give you a whole dissertation on people pleasing.
And I get you right in the dissertation.
Girl, you must learn. Hard truth number 2, you must learn how to be comfortable with being uncomfortable to benefit your future self. I love that because I talk about that in my practice all the time. Hard truth number 3, stop being a walking doormat. Hard truth number 4, accept that you are imperfect and that is normal. Oh my gosh. Hard truth number 5, boundaries without consequences is pointless. Girl, who are you talking to? Boundaries. Listen, that one right there, that's what I feel we need to be talking to our young women about.
Do you know who taught you that? Do you know who taught you? Not me. I didn't teach you guys.
Boundaries without consequences is
these hard truths. These hard truths. You know where they came from?
Where?
Our caregivers, our mothers.
Oh yeah, because that did sound like my parents. With
this
that
is
one.
Your parents.
Hard truth number 6.
That's why I call them the hard truths, because now I'm like, oh,
listen. Hard truth number 6: walk your own path. It is the only way to go. I love that. Number 8: no matter what, never give up. You got this. I promise. Number 9: appreciate the journey and live in the moment. Number 10: learn to develop good habits. And number 11: you alone have the power to create the life you want. When I just read through the table of contents, I read through these when I first purchased your book, and then I sat the book down, right? So I knew I was going to be talking with you, so I went and picked the book back up. And I was like, I read these as if it was the first time I read them. The first one, people pleasing is self-harm. In your book, you talked about your journey with people pleasing. Okay. And I fell out laughing when you talked about your story about the cigarettes with your daughter. I mean, your younger sister. Fell out laughing. So Janelle, tell us, right? I know you're saying like our parents taught us these hard truths. If we listened, and most of the time at the moment when our parents told us that, we did not listen. When we listen is when it's happening in real time in our adult life. And you're like, oh my God, my mom told me this. My dad told me that. This is what they was talking about. That's the way it goes. When you wrote this, what did you learn about yourself when you wrote this book?
The honest truth?
Yes, girl, we talk about the hard truths.
Okay, I was a hot mess. And that's self-care. That statement right there. Of course, I'm a fighter. I'm this. I was a hot mess.
Girl, you wasn't alone. We was, oh my God. Yes. Okay.
Mess.
We need to do a workshop on us being a hot mess when we was younger, but go ahead.
Yes. Messy. I was messy. Messy. I was that doormat. I people please because I'm going to speak for me. One thing I hate is going to Walmart during income tax time. It drives me bananas. Because now, and this is me hating, because one, when you make a certain amount of money, you don't get that.
You ain't getting nothing.
Okay. So that's one, me hating. I was a hater and I get mad. But everybody, you want to go with me to Walmart? And I go. Because I want to chill with my friends. Now they call me and be like, child, I was in Walmart and it was a hot mess. I go, oh, did you get everything you needed? So during income tax time, you won't find me in Walmart unless it's 7 a.m.
Okay.
You will not find me in Walmart. That's a boundary. And the consequence is I'm not going. You're going by yourself.
So you're no longer a doormat. You're like, nope.
No. Doormat was when people, I felt sorry for everybody. So they like, oh, Janelle. And these are 2-parent households with all this money. Janelle, I need this. And then I became that open doormat where you would cross over, come in the house. You need this, you need that. Or can you know? Oh, I know how to say that now. Easy.
You know how to say it now, right? But
yeah, before I was like, no, because I gotta do this. I got this to do. I really want to go. I know it. I don't want to go. But I'm
so
like,
yeah.
You're looking for an excuse to tell your friends no. So now I'm saying no. And if they ask, I'm not gonna be mean. I don't want to go. I hate that place. I'm not watching people buy 5 TVs. Oh,
you're talking about now. But listen, when we talk about the doormat when we was younger, right? And here's the thing, and I've said it a couple times in my practice. There's a book that I recommend once I'm meeting with someone and I realize they're a people pleaser. It's a book called The Power of No. No, right? Yep, because one little word can give you so much health, abundance, and happiness, right? And we can deliver no so many different ways. Okay. So being a people pleaser and a doormat, it's when we're giving you're giving someone a yes when it's really a no for you. So what it is that over this time, you've learned to follow your gut and say, you know what? It's a no for me in here. And it's going to be a no for me out here. Right. Exactly. And don't you feel so much better? And you know what else? With the people pleaser, you no longer carry the burden of caring about how they receive
the message. Absolutely.
You no longer care. And it's like, you know what? It's a no for me. All right. What we get ready to do now?
Yeah, that's a no. But if you say, Janelle, you want to go dance, that's a yes. I don't want to go.
Because that's something you want to do, right?
I want to do, yeah. But the doormat is, people will walk all over you because you allow them to. And I took accountability for that. I no longer blame people, those that walked all over me. Because you ever been in conversation, this person did this person did this person did this, and you never checked yourself, right? Oh, that MF did this, and this one did this, and I can't, and I won't, and
it don't work like that. No one's innocent. No one's innocent.
And then you got to sit back. So I used to say all the things that everybody did because I had nothing to do with it. They just did it to me. Oh, I had nothing to do with it. When these hard truths came out, I had 100% to do with it. They had 0. You know why? Because when they asked us and they treated us like SHIT, we kept taking them back. We kept being their friend thinking we can fix them. I can't.
And we can't fix people.
I cannot fix you. I hate when people go, "You're gonna fix me." I wish I can't.
No, and I always say, I wish I had some magic fairy dust.
Yeah, and you would have to pay me a lot of money because I would have to be with you every second of the day.
No, that's so enabling.
No,
yeah,
I can't fix you. I am a guide. I provide coping skills, whether you use them or not. I can show you different methods and ways to do certain things. I can even put you to the theory and the why you're doing it, right? I could say CBT, DBT, all them great things. I could even connect you there. After that, I can't. You have to put one foot in front of the other, take the foot out the past, put it in front, walk straight.
So
I can't fix you. I wish, but I can't.
Right.
And I really don't wish because I'm not living in your house.
and you're like this now for a couple different reasons, right? It's like you have rebuilt it. Our journey, that's what we're doing. We're basically trying to rebuild and unlearn some bad habits. So you're talking about power of no. You're talking about healthy boundaries in personal and in professional life with your patients, right? You're talking about no longer being a doormat. You're talking about a whole lot of things. In your book, also, you talk about respect. Okay. You say, when we respect ourselves, we not only expect respect from others, but we don't accept anything less. When I was going through this book, literally, young women, young girls out here today is who was popping up in my mind. And I was like, they need this book, because even though it's the hard truths about self-care, right? It's the lessons you learn from your parents, but these are lessons that young, and I'm going to say us too, we can use, to this day. How did you, because you're self-published, right? So can you talk about how, and I'm going to put it up here. Can you talk about being self-published, and how would someone go about getting self-published?
So self-published means that I went through Amazon, which is a free platform. It's totally free. I paid $30 for the cover, and the book was free. You got to know, why are you writing a book, right? There's different reasons to write a book. First, before you even go through KDP, because technically Amazon owns the rights to the book, right? Okay. And it's not hard work. And I know people like, I own. No, you don't. No, you don't. Once you put it through a system, that system owns it, because they printed it, right? It's their print. I mean, I could go to Barnes and Noble and buy my book, but guess what? I'm not getting it for the price I'm getting my book. I'm getting it for full price. I could go downtown and get a book. I'm going to get the hard truths, yes, but I'm going to pay full price. And I don't care if I go tell a man, this is my book. I wrote it. He like $15.95 plus 8% tax. So I did connect. I got to be honest. There's a lady that lives in Monroe, and I think her name is Alice. She can get you guaranteed or your money back. It's guaranteed you will be a New York Times bestseller.
Really?
You will be a New York Times bestseller. That is what they do. So like Charlamagne, Hip Hop the Preacher, Trent, they spend 30. If she told me she'll take off $5,000 because of the work I do. So it's $30,000. That is why they are New York Times bestseller, because you go to publishing companies that do that. Amazon, when they say you're an Amazon bestseller, that means people, and I'm giving you guys gems, they'll bring their book down to $3.99, $2.99, because you have that power. And then you have a window, and you have people sell out the books. Book is $2.99, grab it, $1.99. You have that power. I could change my book to $1.99. You could be an Amazon bestseller. But when your book is seen in other places like Barnes and Noble, like if you look at somebody's book that's in Barnes and Noble, but they're Amazon bestseller, Barnes and Noble is not going to post Amazon bestseller.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Schomburg is in Harlem, at that big bookstore, the black bookstore, is not going to post bestseller.
But how did you?
So
you're saying you went through Amazon?
Yes, I went through KDP. It's owner of Amazon. They do the printing of the book.
You just send them the manuscript?
Yep. And you upload it. I had a girl upload it. I'm not good with computers. I had a girl upload it, and somebody I met on Clubhouse. She's really cool. Tammy, we did many nights on Clubhouse.
And so you sent Amazon
I guess they do their little proofreading or whatever to make sure it's not plagiarism, because then they'll be liable. And they print it. It as you can see, it doesn't say like Janelle owns the rights. So what
Mm-hmm.
we do is and my lawyer told me to do this, we do put in the book that I own the copyrights to the book. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I did not, the book is not like copywritten. It's none of that. Um, and that was a choice I made because I could have spent the money to copyright my book.
So what would you recommend someone to be self-published or go through one of these big publishing houses? And actually the big publishing houses will make that decision for you,
Yeah,
because a
they
lot
won't.
of times they'll make the decision
We
for you,
got,
like, no, we don't know you. Like,
and we
nah,
got
this, I don't care how good your book is, we don't know you, and you ain't got enough of this for
this.
us.
Yes, right.
Hmm.
You're right.
Okay.
So you see, you got Michelle Obama. She New York
Hmm.
Times bestseller.
Absolutely, we all know her.
She first lady.
They
Okay.
came to her for that.
I would say anybody that wants to write a book or has written a book, ask yourself, why am I writing this book? My
Mhm.
why was, I'm getting in everybody's hand. I'm gonna make it where I could give homeless people my book. We're
And they
not
can
buying
use it.
Michelle Obama's book to give to homeless people. We would have to buy a lot at regular price. You
Mhm.
get what I'm saying? So you
Mhm.
gotta know your why. Why am I writing this book? Let's say you want to write for brown girls. Ask yourself, why are you writing a brown girls book? Because I want to
So
put black and brown girls' hands. I want to make it so that it could be in schools. Like, you got to know that why. I would not say, if your strong why is everybody to know you, I would not suggest go through Amazon at
I
all.
would, yeah, and to me, I would say a why would be, you have a story that you think will touch or turn or impact
Mhm,
someone, and will probably eliminate them from going through something, whatever it is that you have been through,
mhm.
right? What was your why? I mean, because you're saying, I want homeless people to be able to have the
Well,
book, but what is your
like,
why?
the real why is, I know that I'm not alone when I did being a doormat, a people pleaser. And I just wanted my why is to share what I learned, what the entire
Hmm.
world learned, that we didn't listen. That is
Hmm.
the ultimate why. Also my mother. I lost my mother when I wrote this book.
Hmm.
It was devastating because when you lose a parent, the first thing when you're grieving process, I told my mother I wasn't going to do this. You start thinking of every bad thing you did to your mother, everything you made her cry, you made her this,
Hmm.
and part of that, these things came up for me. My mother used to be like, "I don't want you hanging with Ebony and Mahogany," and we still best friends to this day. But they weren't doing what Blanche wanted them to do, right?
Uh-huh.
So the why is just remembering the amazing mother that I have in heaven, that I had in the
Hmm.
physical. Um, I wanted her to know that everything she taught me, I may not have applied it then, but I'm applying it
Hmm.
now.
Okay.
So, the ultimate why is, um, I don't know if you guys could see, but those same countries that I wanted my book at,
Hmm.
family members visited countries and they just left the book. So I saw somebody post in, Dominican Republic,
Hmm.
I found
They
this
had the
book.
book.
And
You
I
know
don't
what?
know if it got to me, but I saw the post and that is the why. So you gotta know your why. I wouldn't say go through them if you wanna be
Mhm.
New York Times bestseller.
I know me, after looking at this book, and I know the patients that I work with, this is definitely, I definitely know like two people who would benefit from this book, because it's an easy read. You
Mhm,
don't make it overcomplicated at all. You get straight to the point, right? And you have antidotes with all of the with your stories, like in your hard truths.
mhm.
Um what would you recommend a person, to write their book? Would you even recommend a person to, write your story, write your book,
Tell
regardless if it's on the New
everybody.
York Times bestseller?
Yep. If write the book, because the book could help someone. There's some writers in the Brown Girls. I know Beatrice is
Oh, we got
one.
a couple authors.
We got some authors, and
Mhm.
I very rarely see me in a video. Get my book. Get my book. You very rarely see me say, book a session, book a coaching session. You see me come up
Or buy some body butter.
Yeah, you won't see that. You will not see that. I will not. You know why you don't see that? There's a reason why.
Why?
I don't have to promote who I am. And
Mhm.
I have to promote who I am and who I'm becoming. I don't have to promote what I do, because once you see the authenticity, guess what you're gonna do? You're gonna book a session, and you're gonna buy the book, and you're gonna donate, and that's it. I didn't have to do a video for the crayons. I put an axe out, and do you see the thing?
The response.
You see the Cash App going out. People will know who you are, whether you got a New York Times bestseller or not.
Well, Janelle, we appreciate who you are. We love who you are. I love how you are your authentic self. Before we're getting to the end, right? And if you ladies, anyone has any questions, please put them in. However, I want to, on the back of her book, she has 8 self-care points on the back of her book. And if you've ever had a conversation or have been around Janelle, at some point you've heard her say, that's not self-care, that's self-maintenance. Right? So, but I want to read to you guys the 8 self-care points she has on the back of her book. Self-care is taking care of self without a cost. That means no money. Self-care is speaking to a therapist. Self-care is speaking to a coach. Self-care is talking to someone who can call you on your shit. She got that there. Self-care is talking to a non-judgmental person. Good luck. Self-care is talking to your spiritual guide. Self-care is taking care of your mind, body, and soul, period. And self-care makes you feel good on the inside. You really sat down and was like, let me go through, right, these self-care guidelines. Like me, I would say we always say protect your mental health. I would say this is your protecting your mental health, completely protecting your mental health. Alrighty, our audience, they have been tuned in with us. I know. Does anyone have any questions? You can get her book on Amazon, The Hard Truth, or anywhere books are sold.
Okay. Yeah, you. So I please don't ask me what was the secret to that, because I have no clue.
Janelle, I think we've figured out the secret. I think you are the secret. Yeah. I don't think it's. Yeah, I think you are the secret.
Please don't ask me. I know. All jokes aside, if I knew, I would give you guys the gems, but I don't know. One morning, my son's father called me and was like, Janelle, you're on Barnes and Noble. I said, Ruben, I ain't got time to play. I'm getting ready for work. I looked. I said, oh. He said, how you do that? I don't know.
Listen.
Like Snipes, all those bookstores, well-worn books. I don't know how I got there. Please don't ask. If I knew, I would tell you guys, because I would want everybody there.
Janelle, you said when you talk to your God, you are specific. Okay, you're talking to him every single day, and he's like, "Oh my gosh, here she come again. Oh my goodness." But that's okay, right? Because you're being specific on what it is that you want and what you're asking for. And people have heard me say this many, many, many times, right? Self-fulfilling prophecy. What you put out, what comes out your mouth is your blessings. You put it out there. Listen, this is what I am trying to do. This is what I want to do. Don't give me anything that is not for me. And that's what you get. right? So I think you are the secret sauce. I think your spirit, your energy is the secret sauce. And guess what? I know I can't duplicate it, because one question that was asked to me that they wanted me to ask you is, where do you get the energy? Because ladies and gentlemen, if you ever get the opportunity to meet or know Janelle, a lot of us do. She is everywhere at the same time.
I'm still laughing.
Everywhere at the same time. Okay. She will be posting up flyers, and I'm like, but how are you doing? Like, how? That was actually a question that they wanted me to ask you. Like, where do you get the energy to keep going? I want you to answer that, and I want you to also answer the question, because we love to drop some gems right on here. What would you recommend to a person starting a business in reference to trying to figure out, if they want a nonprofit, or what you've already answered? We basically know what's the difference. One is for profit, I'm making some money. One is nonprofit. You cannot have over a certain percentage at the end of the year in your bank account to keep your nonprofit status, right? So how do you get the energy to keep going? Okay, because Janelle, you're everywhere at the same time. And what would you recommend to a person?
I'm feeling that. I'm letting everybody know it came from you. Vanessa said I'm everywhere at the same time. I never had this much energy. I gotta say, I took naps. I was a napper. I ain't no napper. When you are doing, and I know everybody heard this, but I gotta be honest. When you are doing what you love, you could do it in your sleep. You could do it backwards. You could do it flipped up, side down. This is my purpose. This is not a fly by night. And you will notice a lot of people got fly by night business. You be like, oh, what happened? Wait, because you're shocked, right? For 5 years straight, I have gone harder. There's no chill in me. Being the resilient woman I am, I will walk up to you. I will pull up a chair to your table. I will bring the legs to your table. You are going to hear me. You are going to understand what I'm asking you. And if you tell me no, don't call me when you see that next door open. Have I heard no's before? Yes. A lot of you guys know I got a store in a strip mall that nobody could get in, and I had a store for free, right? I didn't stop. COVID happened. I called every closed store. No, we can't do this. No, it don't make sense. And they will. It's okay to hear no's, because no's means not for that place. That's the place. There is a yes. You got to do the work, and the God that I serve, and the God that many of us serve, I don't do this. God, I am talking to you. You're going to hear me. And I'm that loud with him. That's why I told you, I give him a migraine. By the time he's done, he's like, the next Janelle Santana will not be a Hispanic woman. Okay? I know God. Me and him have those talks. I do this and I don't stop. I do this and it comes from a genuine heart. I do this and I do it and I do it. I drink Bustelo. I've been drinking Bustelo since I was 2. It's been in my bottle with the bread. If you Puerto Rican, you know, Bernadette, you know, that's called ritual. Okay? I've been giving Spanish coffee. I mean, I got the big jug. I mean, I don't play. I go on a plane with it. Everywhere Bustelo is going. It's just coffee, water, and a great open heart.
I love it.
An open heart. So that's the method to it. And don't do anything somebody told you. If Vanessa was to walk up to me, and y'all know her pitches is the bomb. You can walk up to me and tell me, Janelle, you're gonna be a photographer. I'm gonna buy you your camera probably costs $5,000 camera.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I would tell Vanessa? That's your dream, baby. You take all the pictures. Janelle, not doing it.
Mm-hmm.
You could even promise me, Janelle, I'm gonna make you a photographer. I'm gonna leave WV photography
Mm-hmm.
the Regal bag. I'm gonna take $10 off of every shoot I do, and you just gotta sit there. I'm gonna tell you, take it all. I'm not watching all these pictures because I'm not living your dream. You can tell me, Janelle, I see you as a photographer. Oh my God, them glasses. And I'll go, you want to borrow them?
You know, what you're speaking to is your journey of learning who you are, and what's for you is for you.
You can tell me all your dreams. I will not fold. I will not fold.
So, Janelle, we're coming to the end. You know, I want to thank you for sharing with us about your hard truths, right? About your journey, about your blessings, because there you have received many blessings. And I also want to thank you for being a part of Brown Girls Do Network. There's no other Janelle, right? I've never met anyone like you before. And I love that I've never met anyone like you before. We met you through Issa.
Yeah.
Issa, I think she said she met you at your storefront. And from there, me and you, we had a conversation, and then boom, right? Relationships form. Thank you so much. Do you have any questions, or is there anything you would like to share with our audience? Anything you would like to promote for your business, nonprofit, your social media handles?
What I want to say is Brown Girls Do Network has totally grown outside of its shell. I mean, we are like overboard. Like, you ever shook up a soda? We're like this. And I gotta say that. I gotta say that. When I tell you, sister, and they don't even tell you they popping up. These brown girls just be like, oh, because what I should have did when I saw Jennifer at the book signing, I went over to a store and I saw Shamika and her daughter. When I say we are like roaches, we are everywhere. No, I gotta be as, I'm a real person. I gotta be as trans. I'm telling you, when you turn to your left and right, and this is, as the kids say, no cap, not lying. When you turn to your left and right, there's a brown girl tapping you on your shoulder. And we are running the world. Absolutely. In our own right. Because there's no twins in the brown girls. Literally, it's no twins. You know this person? Yeah, I got that. You know this? Yep. Today I posted in the network. Everybody make a post. Tag me in it so I know you made that post. I want all my sisters in my stories, right? I know we all got the perfect Instagrams a certain way, and that's okay. Yeah. But them stories, we need to tell people who we are, what we stand for, and how we roll. I'm sorry, we like popcorn. Vanessa and the crew that built this business, they put some kernels in that thing, and every time, pop, we got a new one. Pop, we got a new one. Pop. I'm like, where they at? I gotta follow them.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
And I'm involved in a lot of stuff. This is a network that you must be involved in. It's a network that some of the people you'll make money from, you're not. But I'm gonna tell you something. One thing we like a gang. We initiate you and you just follow us. You could smell us a mile away. There you go, a brown girl. And that's no lie. And I'm not saying that because Vanessa's on here, because y'all already know Janelle say what the heck she gonna say.
Oh my gosh, yes.
It just come out.
Well, and that's what it is. We're gonna push you and motivate you and encourage you.
You are, we're that shaken soda, we're that popcorn. And I'm telling you, there's a lot of cornfields upstate in the Hudson Valley. So if we run out of kernels,
we won't. We won't.
No, guarantee you. I mean, you can send me up the road. I could go get us. I'm like, it's that easy where we live at. So, guys, you're battling with anything. You don't have to have a business to join the Brown Girls Who Network. Listen, you don't have to have. You got to have $8,000 in the bank. You got to do this. You got to do this. You could be a regular person just trying to chill with some brown girls. That is why you should join the Brown Girls. Why you should follow me. If you want real, raw, and uncut, follow your girl. JsSelfcare. I'm Googleable at this point. If you Google JsSelfcare, it's going to take you to 8,000 things because, as Vanessa said, I'm everywhere at the same time. I am posting that. But guys, you can do the work. This is my advice. But you got to do your work. Is it different? Live your dreams. Yes, your best friend gonna tell you, oh, you should do it this way. You should do it. Do I have a business plan? Yes. Ask me when the last time I opened it. I gotta be honest. I can't look at that every day because then it's gonna have me structured. And I can't be structured. I can't go A day, B day, C day.
That's not who you are. That's not who you are. You do it the way you do it.
I got a mission statement. Ask me, do I walk around with it? It's in my notes. I mean, if somebody really asks, but I go in a room and ask for what I want. I confuse people so much. And the first thing they say, I never saw nobody like you. Like you didn't ask for my email. You like, I want to do something here and I want to have them sitting here and we're going to be there. So I don't go by a business plan. But if you do your work and don't do other people's work, you don't need a business plan. It's already written for you.
It's going to work out.
Already written for you.
Where can you have? What's the next thing you have coming up so we can get off this live?
Yes, we gotta go. I gotta go make some good old chicken. Where's the next event? April 27th. We're doing smoothies and
that's right, because
and it's gonna be. I'm now, as Vanessa said, I'm gonna be everywhere. So I'm going to my class,
the workshop, and then afterwards,
I'm gonna get all the downloads from Stephanie, because I'm gonna be the student, not the teacher. I'm gonna get my downloads from my brown girl, and then I'm gonna go up the block, and I'm gonna have smoothies with some of the brown girls. And I asked for a $15 donation, but you guys already know where your money going. We're buying crayons, and Saturday we're buying socks for Goshen, for the addicts, for the substance abuse addicts that's in Goshen. So we're buying socks. You guys will see the video. So the money that we made the last networking event, we're gonna buy socks, toothbrush, and toothpaste. We're gonna put it in cellophane, and we'll be there Saturday. Then Sunday is Family Fun Day in Montgomery. If you got grandkids, it's free. Go to them bouncy houses. Bring your business cards. Little tip. You're going to meet a lot of people. It's in Montgomery. So I am a vendor there. And then May 4th, I'm in Warwick for mental health and substance abuse. I'm everywhere.
Exactly. All right. Janelle, thank you very much. Please don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. Okay. I hope you all enjoyed this live. Listen, I'm sure you've gotten something out of it. Follow her, JsSelfcare, on Instagram and Facebook. You can purchase her book anywhere books are sold, right? So we ain't even saying only on Amazon. It's anywhere books are sold. If you have any questions and you want to get in contact with Janelle, she is very approachable. Inbox her, DM her. Believe me, she will respond. Even message her under one of her videos. She will actually respond. Tomorrow, since we're talking about business networking, tomorrow, Beatrice Stackhouse, the Party Palace, you can follow the Party Palace. She's actually having a business network mixer also, and that is actually free. Bring your business cards, come ready to socialize and talk with people. It's from 6:30 to 9:30 at the Party Palace. Thank you very much for tuning in for our Brown Girls Do Network live series. If you are interested in joining Brown Girls Do Network, we would love to have you. Please inbox us. My name is Vanessa. I am the founder of Brown Girls Do Network. Today I am the host, but we will have other hosts coming up. Thank you again. And if you have any questions, inbox us. Have a good night and purchase the book. Good night, everybody.